Okay, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, first SEC loss, obviously guys are disappointed. I'm disappointed. We gave ourselves a chance there at the end to win it. I didn't think played like we needed to in the first half. Somehow we got to get these guys ready to go a little bit better starts these Saturday morning games. But I give our guys a ton of credit. We were down 22 with 13 minutes to go in the game and had multiple opportunities to take the lead in the last minute and a half of the game. So I couldn't ask for much better effort in the last 13 minutes. I think, if we can get that type of effort for 40 minutes, we win the game. So, we missed free throws early. I think maybe one out of our first 5 or 7, something like that. We shoot 12 or 21 at the free throw line. We shoot 11 of 24 at the rim shots. Shoot 33% from the field. And, we got to play better. That's bottom line. They're a really good team. I want to give Coach Moore guys ready to go this morning. They came out of the gate ready. We have to do a better job getting our guys ready to go out of the gate. But that, there's a reason Missouri's in second place. I mean, they're right behind us now. Now we're in a dogfight for the league title. They've got the tiebreaker, and we've got our hands full for these last 7 games here. So we got to play a lot better on Tuesday against South Carolina than we did. We got to start the game a lot better for sure.
Thanks, Coach. We'll start with Cecil Hurt.
Coach, on the possessions in the final minute, both times, it looked like Herb just missed a layup on the first one, and then on the second one, where the shot got blocked, what did you see from your vantage point?
I mean, I haven't had a chance to look at it on film, so I don't want to say, but I thought the kid landed on his back. I thought I haven't seen it. So I saw it live. I thought it was a foul live. Obviously, though, when you're coaching, you're hoping all the calls go your way as a coach, and sometimes they don't. I'll say this, I wish we hadn't put ourselves in the spot where it's going to come down to, a whistle or not getting a whistle in the last 5 seconds. It's tough on Herb. I mean, he was in foul trouble most of the game, and he's got to learn how to play better with, he had 2 fouls, and, he reached down, he had an obvious foul on his 3rd foul, and, maybe a tough one on his 4th, he had a tough one on his 2nd, but he's got to learn how to play with foul trouble and stay in the game better. If he's in the game a little longer, maybe he's a little more loose, warmed up, maybe he finishes both those and maybe gets an and one on one of them or something. But yeah, it was a tough call to lose the game on. But like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't want to say for sure. I mean, our refs in the SEC are pretty good. Nobody's perfect. If he missed it, he missed it. We got to do a better job not putting ourselves in a spot where it's in their hands in the last 10 seconds of the game.
Mike Rodak.
Nate, you mentioned some of the issues early in the game and some of these early starts, whether it's Western Kentucky or Oklahoma. Just what do you think the common thread is between those games? And does that concern you at all? Just kind of looking forward to tournament games that might start earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, common thread is we're not ready to play in the first half. That's the common thread. And it cost us twice. It cost us at Oklahoma. It cost us here. It almost cost us at Auburn. It cost us 3 times, Western Kentucky. So, I told our guys, ESPN wants us on. I mean, we're the best team in the SEC. We've got that slot, 11 o'clock. So there's a reason we're playing at 11. Let's show the country what we're about. And we weren't ready to go. If I had the answer, I'd fix it. We got to probably talk to our seniors, talk to the team, see if they got some answers. I mean, they're the ones that got to come out ready to go. So I'm open to any suggestions they would have. We did shorten our, we usually have shoot around the night before. We shortened those significantly last night to try to make sure we were fresh. I don't have an answer for it, but we got to figure it out because we're still in first place in the SEC. My guess is they're still going to want us to be playing on ESPN, and we're going to have more games that are going to be earlier starts, and we got to do a better job coming out ready to play. 11 o'clock tip.
Coach Scott Griffin next.
Nate, sometimes in these deals, as you know, you got a team like yours where anybody could score, anybody could defend. You might have a deal where a guy waits on others to kind of jumpstart the team somehow with a defensive stop or whatever, and then somebody does too much. Where's that balance that you're looking for? Kind of off Mike's question there with this 4 or 5 game stretch where everything's not clean.
Well, I thought we didn't move the ball very well. We didn't play with good pace. We had 6 assists, 13 turnovers. So obviously, guys are trying to do too much right now. It's hurting us. Teams are guarding us in a way that they're not over helping though. So we got to have guys. I mean, shot 11 of 24 at the rim. Like either shouldn't have taken those or you got to make one of the two. Like you're at the rim finishing percentage can't be under 50% and expect to win games against quality teams. So, there's in a high level basketball, sometimes, when you've got shooters, sometimes it's easier to take a one shooter out, they can not help. It feels like some teams are maybe doing that to Petty. Tried to use him as a screener a little bit more, but we didn't. I didn't think our other guys were getting downhill, attacking off it, making the right reads, especially in the first half. In the second half, the game got a lot more loose and opened up. We got Petty freed up a few times, just on some loose balls, driving kick stuff when they're scrambling, because it got a lot more up and down there towards the end. But I got to figure out a way to get Petty more shots. We got to figure out a way to use him as, as a great offensive threat, because he is, Shaq's always pretty aggressive. He hasn't shot the ball particularly well these last couple of games, but we need somebody to be aggressive. I think that's going to come. I don't think he's going to continue to shoot 33%. He's 1 for 7, I believe, and now 1 for 4 from 3. I think he's a really good shooter, and I think that'll kind of the law of averages will average out there pretty quick. Hopefully he gets back going. And we really need to get Herb healthy though. Like that's the one, if they're going to try to stay locked on to Shaq and Petty, and we got to get Primo going again, for him to play 20 minutes and not score. We got to get him involved a little bit more, but Herb's got to be able to get downhill and finish. JQ's got to be able to get downhill and finish. JQ plays and got downhill a little bit there in the second half. We got to get him doing more for us earlier in the game. So, we got to drive the ball and make the right reads when the help comes.
All right, this will be the last question. Let's go to Tyler Barton.
Hey, Coach, it looked like, Jordan Bruner could have made a difference today too, if you had him healthy. Just how do you kind of fix going forward when you guys are playing more physical teams in the interior, fixing, getting outmatched in the paint like that?
Well, there's nobody else that really looks like Jeremiah Tillman in this league. I mean, there's some good bigs, but nobody with quite his size. I thought, if you look at, Juwan and Rojas, we lose the game by 3. We're +5 when Juwan's in the game for 10 minutes. Rowe, we're even when he's in the game for almost 13 minutes. So, those guys Juwan played big against Kentucky, gave us great minutes. So I don't think Tillman necessarily, if you look at their scoring, Tillman ends up with 9 and 8. That's a pretty good night. But, the guys that killed us more were Drew Smith getting loose in the first half. He had 9 right out of the gate. And Mark Smith, has 12. And Kobe Brown, who, well over his average tonight, has 13. You can't let guys like that get off, when and they shot 3 for 20 from 3. Like when they shoot it that poorly. So you got to be better on the offensive end. You got to be better at the other stuff to where you can beat a team when they have a really bad shooting night like that. And we weren't sharp enough on the other stuff. But look, if we had Bruner, obviously he's going to help us. We were playing great. Our best basketball we were playing was right kind of when he went down. If we can get him back in a couple weeks, I think he's going to help us a lot. He'd give us some depth. Reese kind of get back in that role where he was really comfortable playing well. Reese had played really well these last 2 games, for whatever reason, he just couldn't get it rolling tonight. But I thought he had given us great games the last 2 games. So, I'm not overly concerned. We got to figure out how to win without Bruner these next couple of weeks until we can get him back. And, even when he comes back, he's going to be out. Have been out for a month and a half or so. So it's not like he's going to pick up right where he left off. So we got to figure out how to win with the guys we've got right now. And that's on us.
All right, thank you, Coach.